Yeah, here we go. Now we're live.
Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Good. Okay. Well, today it's only us. This looks like. Then just jump right in.
Yeah,
Let's do the stand up for the current sprint. Then we do the retrospective, and after that we do the sprint planning.
sure. Yeah, so yesterday, I finished up the converter stuff. And yeah, so we ended up kind of going with a big change and got rid of dynamic recipes. And yeah, I think that it is actually working pretty well and makes a lot more sense. I think it's more reliable as to what you really want to do. Like what the player intention is. Um, yeah, and then with that, there's like fixes to the fuel stuff, and there's one issue that I did notice where, and it's kind of unrelated, but somewhat related. Where basically, if a feeder picks up an item and then you swap the recipe, then once it gets there, it'll hang until you go back to to like a recipe that will take that item.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I think that that's like, I don't know, but like an existing issue, not super related, but that's like the only way I think that these things will stop working now, unless there's like a gameplay reason, like you don't have the space for it or something like that. Yeah, and I think really what we need is like to think about, how we want to get this information to the player, like for depowered buildings or for ones that don't have a recipe, whether we want like really to say anything or just to kind of, just have it not work. Um, yeah. So then after that, yeah, I fixed up this can't load game from another game. Um, yeah, so basically there was some issues with the quest and trades, and yeah, I actually opened another issue for this because yeah, we need to like actually implement like full deserialization on these things. But for now, I just fixed that when you load, it will not go like a black screen. And then also there's an issue with a component that wasn't serialized, which was causing the agents to not be able to move. And that was fixed. And I basically put a note there that what we really need is like a version migration kind of thing. So we have component based migrations, and yeah, what we need is like from one version to the next. Um, like say, in this older version, they didn't have like a suppression tag, and so every agent needs to get one of these things, because otherwise the game will not work on the version. Um, and so I opened an issue for that, and then here I guess the other thing was this ultra wide UI scaling. I just looked at this today, this morning, so that's fixed now. And then I looked at these pull requests and closed these. I think the only one that's open right now is the file zipping. I haven't looked at that, but all these other ones are now merged.
Cool. Very cool.
I want to say I completed the quit to main menu button, but there's one thing that doesn't make sense to me, like a simple exception that I can't make sense of. Gonna have to look with Tony to figure that out. Apart from that, I think it's done, at least for the cases I was able to test. I guess there are still things there we are gonna find that are broken when you like return to menu and open a new game, but most of all should work, and we're gonna see how it goes from there. And then I did some reviews on the things Tony did the last days and merged some branches. Yeah, I don't know which one specifically. I think they're already in.
It was this camera one. Yeah, and then all the other ones have been moved.
Yeah, right. I tried to test the agent orders crashing. No, it was another one, the converter issue, but realized I don't have the understanding of the game yet to actually test the converters. So what I did yesterday evening and this morning was actually playing the game and trying to figure out how it's supposed to work. I've made videos with the voiceover on my thought process while playing it. And this morning I had a 50-minute session that didn't crash at any point. So that's a success, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so is that just in the editor?
Yeah, that was in the editor.
Mm-hmm. Did you get errors as well?
Didn't specifically check, to be honest.
Mm.
Well then, probably
Doesn't
not.
have to mean anything. Okay.
But I played it yesterday for half an hour without it crashing. I had some issues with conveyor belt not getting connected, but other than that, it worked fine.
Yeah.
It crashed when I tried to delete that specific broken conveyor belt, but when I loaded my save file again, I could actually delete it and then continue playing,
Oh,
even
wow.
though that all the agents were stuck, so I couldn't move them anymore.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
Yeah,
is,
and-
by the way, I think reproducible. So I think it's like a 50-50 chance that they are stuck
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you load a file.
yeah, and that's what I was talking about. The suppression component is what was causing that. So
Mhm.
basically,
They're all
because
suppressed.
it doesn't exist,
Mm.
like this, like the HPA movement is looking for this component to figure out if, if it should kind of modify their speed, and so that's the issue.
Interesting. Okay.
okay. So I noticed a lot of inconsistencies with buildings and stuff, but I've talked about it in the video, so
hmm
I'm gonna do that here in detail.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Aaron is here.
Yeah, so I rendered for about 3 hours yesterday, multiple times because some lights were off. And now I'm actually just putting in the little signs and going to scratch them, like weather them. It was a lot of fiddling and also, yes, and also I did a small diorama for the full colonist customization. I think I chuck a little screenshot in the chat here or just on the mirror board.
On the mirror board, please.
Yes. Up here.
Up here.
Yeah, and in a few minutes
Nice.
the whole
That's
picture should be online.
Nice.
Wow.
Why
I like
wait?
the headgear. These guts look good.
I
God
want to
damn.
have him in my colony. I want this guy.
Yeah,
This will
that's
make
maybe we can make this guy the company
enforcer.
yeah, which enforce you to resign basically.
Chief of security.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this guy walking out of a dropship, and you know everyone's quiet.
Yeah. Nice idea.
Yeah, this is just still work in progress. The signs will be updated.
This is
Or
loading.
with it.
There he goes. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so what was the issue with the lighting?
Like for example, this is there wasn't enough bloom here.
Mhm.
So this was just made in Photoshop. Yeah, and
Mm.
just some smaller things like for example the rim here on the diorama, and also here I actually on this fauna there's some key light over here,
Mhm.
and yeah, just basic adjustment of the like flashlights, because all this is in like too much too big scaled
Yeah.
because of the isometric camera. Yeah, so these were just some issues, and also like I made some adjustments to the light on the simulated water feature.
Mhm.
This is so cool.
Yeah, it looks great.
I love these two guys here. Their stands. How they look like.
Mhm.
And the orchestra. This is amazing. Yeah, we should actually put these things out somewhere else too. I mean, not only having them for the Kickstarter page, but I don't know, put them on some art pages or something, and people like these little dioramas. Twitter, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
I love the I love how he's going down from on the rope of this pirate ship.
Yeah, the
This is so
pirate scene is
cool.
great.
The pirate scene is amazing.
Yeah, I love the spotlights especially. I think
Yeah,
they could
Mhm.
be like a nice uh signal for the player that the pirates are coming, searching for the prospectors.
this is awesome.
I'm currently blanking. Are we are we having these red and white uniforms? Are they in the game already?
We do have red and white uniforms, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, perhaps because they do not wear any helmets anymore. Maybe
Mhm.
that's what is confusing you. But I like actually that they have helmets on here.
I don't know. Just sometimes I get some like Santa Claus vibes looking at those.
Really?
I don't know.
Really.
Maybe if you have the same, like a Christmas DLC skin.
I have
But,
not. I don't have
but
the feeling at
then if
all.
it's only me, then it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, and we need these money bags on the conveyor belt.
Yes, that's just the first iteration,
Yeah,
and then I will put the money bags on there and render a second time.
righty.
Which
Good.
also, like I think 30% of the render time was just the orchestra because of the many people and assets in there. So
Oh, really? Wow.
yeah, it really. So up until here it was pretty fast, and then it took like 20, 30 minutes just here.
Interesting.
Wow.
Good thing I
Yeah.
don't work from home at the moment, so it's not my electricity bill.
Okay, I understand. You in the office or at your university?
No, actually, home sitting and cat sitting at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So it's Sunday.
Okay, whoever spent that money on the rendering,
I
thank
also
you.
like downloading lots of torrents and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm mining Bitcoin at the moment also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was like a 9gag post of a guy who showed like this how do these ASICs? These like these Bitcoin miners, right? And it was on the dinner table of an Airbnb which he was which he was renting out in the
Ooh.
middle of nowhere. And how fucked up is that? I mean, he was just renting this for a week or something to run this Bitcoin thing, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm part of this pool, and at the current Bitcoin price, I'm actually making a buck. I have to shut the doors of the dinner room because otherwise it's unbearable loud. But I have like basically this Airbnb for free.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's that's horrible. I mean, you're ripping your host off. Yeah.
And he's probably being filmed all the time. Have you seen that investigation? Like
Right.
Airbnb's
yeah,
hosts
like
filming
90
their guests. Huh?
yeah, like 90% have like cameras everywhere. It's so creepy. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Like in the bathroom or what?
I don't know. Just be aware. Just like go into an Airbnb like you were like in Moscow or whatever. You know, like when you go to Moscow and in hotel rooms, probably like cameras
Yeah,
everywhere. I don't know.
microphones.
Mm.
Good. Till, what's from your side?
Yeah, happy to report that we now have 500 plus followers on Kickstarter, but
It's
the
awesome.
I'm not gonna go into details on stream, but there needs to be some optimization because
Hmm.
yeah, it's not optimal at the moment.
Okay,
Yeah,
but 500. That's awesome. So our goal is 4,000. That means
yeah. Maybe we should also kind of
mm,
hopefully we can get some organic traction that we don't have to do this through ads
Yeah,
all the way.
yeah.
There's some opportunities coming up in coming weeks. I'll talk about it in the retrospective. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, then I think we're through, and then are we? Are we through? Yeah, we're through. Okay. Then let's talk about the retrospective. So, how was this particular sprint? How can we do better? I assume everybody we prepared their stuff. Somebody already put it out. Who did that?
Yes, of
That's
course.
you. Okay.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course I
Then
did it. Yeah.
yeah. Then you start, please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so first of all, obviously the playtest is yielding so much insight and infos, and I know the dev team has been working in overdrive to do all the hot fixes and patches. I think it's awesome that we that reactive, and I think it's a third hot fix in a week, which is crazy. Um, yeah, so it's kudos to all of you who have actually done all the development stuff on that. Um, yeah, I saw Mirko's explainer video, which is awesome. We have to think where to put it, and maybe pin it somewhere. Um, even though there's we have two now because you did one as well, Tilo, in last stream. Yeah, sad but glad, but also kind of mad at the 500 followers because there's more effective ways to get those. Um, I'm happy about like organic streamer interest. So we have a couple of streamers lined up who are basically ready to go, and the question is when should we give them uh, a um, a build and what's going to be in that build. And this is especially tiny teams, which is 2 weeks away. And I am thinking, I'm kind of having doubts if a sandbox demonstration is something that would work for them. So the question is if we kind of from a I guess PR perspective should pivot towards actually adding goals, gameplay goals, tutorials, some form of structure. Otherwise, we just have to give them a script, and this would include like all the keys, the commands, and so on. Uh, yeah, but we have to think. We have to like put ourselves in the shoes of a streamer who wants to, he can show off the game, but he wants to play the game,
Mm.
like primarily. So
Let's talk about it in
yeah,
the sprint planning.
right. Yeah, we're also part of the automation game sale, which is amazing. For everyone who's watching in the marketing channel on Discord, there's a link to the sale, which is not on the front page on Steam yet, but it's just a great selection of like tight selection of automation games. I'm glad that we're part of this. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm really excited about the the upcoming weeks of especially the new landscape, how this is going to fit in. I still, I'm super curious how this will end up in the game and how it will look, how it will perform, and how like traversing to this world and building on this world will feel like.
Hmm.
Just as a quick note, please don't post my video. It's just me trying to figure out the game. I don't explain anything.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's for us. You know.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Didn't you? I mean, also record it with the intent to
No,
help
it's
others.
it's the other way around. I don't know
Oh,
what to
okay.
do.
Ah, okay. I didn't watch it the full video, so okay. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it anyways because that's super valuable.
sure.
Okay. Good. I go next. So I'm a little bit mad about myself because this sprint was a little bit overwhelmed. We could have seen this coming, but for some reason we didn't. You know, I mean that of course as soon as we have the playtest live, then there will be bugs coming in. Also, I'm super terribly sorry about the messy build for the playtest, and we have to find a way how to mitigate this. first of all, I think we have to play this more. I think I never played that game so much like in the last days. So easily a couple of hours per day. And I think that's also the way to do it. Yeah. So we have to play it more. We have to play it ourselves. We have to play it in IDE. We have to check for errors, and also the role of the product owner should be like the first line of defense. Even with this one news story, which was like the bug reporting, I think a lot of stuff could have been avoided if I would have actually tested it more. Other than that, I'm super glad that we have now the bug reporting tool. We just kicked it out of the park, and I mean it used 100 times now by players out there. Also talking about players, so kind of super glad, I would say. So the bandage is off. We had really concerns about getting players their hands on. What would they think? Would they turn their back on us? Would they abandon us because how the state of the game is? Um, and the opposite happened. So there were people on Discord which went full Super Saiyan and tested the game to its length, unearthed problems which we weren't aware of, put the finger in the wound of issues which we knew of, and this is great. So it's from this point on, it's not only our game; it's the game of the players too, and it feels good. And I think again, I mean, we had like these concerns time over time, like when we were like, okay, should we open up the development to the public? Should we make the Discord public? Should we have like one Discord where we discuss everything, not like two for the team, one for the team, one for the players? And combining that was actually a great thing. We got so much input and feedback, motivation out of this. And then the next one was making these streams. The next one was now doing these play tests. And I think every time we see people interacting with the game with us, we only can benefit from it. And it's amazing. It's great. It was a good decision. Yes, a lot of bugs. A lot of bugs. Good thing coming out of it is it got us into response mode. Yeah, I think we crunched a lot of, and I'm when I say we, I think that's Francisco, Tony, and Mirko. A lot of issues, and which were yeah needed for the game. And then I also want to urge that we should not get I don't know where to put this actually here, not getting overwhelmed by bugs, but also focus on progressing the game, because we have a really thick roadmap ahead of us, and this is also what me keeps up at night. Yeah. So first of all, this world trend thing and the overall roadmap, which we're already lagging behind at least 2 to 4 weeks. And I think we also have to have a discussion about the roadmap, not to cut corners, but maybe to decide on some dates. One is what is happening where. Uh, for Kickstarter, yeah, super happy that we have like these 500 followers, and also the roadmap is coming along, and it's amazing art which Aaron is producing here. And speaking of amazing art, the new jungle biome looks amazing. Can't wait for it to see it in the game. And also like the tiles by Leon for the desert, and it really shows how versatile Leon is with adapting to art styles. I mean, he's he's getting he's getting these biomes, and sometimes only one tile, like in the savannah, sometimes 4, 5, 6 tiles, like with the desert and the jungle, and he instantly can adapt to it. This is amazing trait which he has. Really really happy for that. And also, speaking of trade, yeah. So the fixes for the trades system is amazing, and having like this economy working. We talked about this last time already. So yeah, also glad about this real dialogue with players. Talked about this already, and yes, for the future, we should track these system stability um, on every occasion we have. Perhaps stand-ups, not only stand-ups, but also like in the sprint plannings, to see where we are with every system. And when this dashboard, which is over here, lights up green, I think then we are ready to make the next step, like something like tiny teams, something like giving it to other users, etc., and so on. If that has like these stones in a way, where people can stumble upon, I know it makes sense. I mean, it does not make a good impression PR wise. Yeah. Bugs are unforgiving. Nobody forgives bugs. Yeah. Unfinished game, yes, because that's something which we can manage. But bugs is another story. Okay. That's about me.
Then I would go next.
Sure.
So first, kudos also from me to the programmers. I feel like they're working 24 hours to push every bug out of the system, and it feels like every day there's a hot fix. So yeah, very well done. Also, along this, I think the playtest is going great. It feels so exhilarating seeing other people playing the game and also contributing with their bug reports. It really feels like a community effort, which is such a great feeling. Also, which I'm super glad about, is that the Kickstarter is now about to be finished. Yeah, good to get the lid on that. Yeah, I had some fun with the voxels. Oh, my Myros, it's yeah. So building in Magica voxel is so much fun, especially like the ships. That was, though time consuming, it's just such a new way for me to make designs, because first I was always about details, and now it's just a matter of how can I simulate details with this pixel. So it's all very minimalistic, which is refreshing for me. Also, with putting everything together in Blender, it showed me a lot of new tools in the system. And yeah, also I feel like we're even faster now with the help of Mirko. So thanks for joining us again. And the last thing is again with the Kickstarter campaign. The sprint for me was very nice, and because I could always switch between tasks, and if I didn't want to do Blender, I could just make some more voxels, and it was some nice concepting phases, and just some nice variety in the work habit. So this overall sprint was very, very good for me. I felt very relaxed and very productive also. Yeah, that's it from me.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go next. Yeah. So yeah, definitely we had. Yeah, we had a rocky start for sure. And yeah, I guess that it was super unfortunate. I think that it wasn't unexpected to have some issues, but like, having like the basic things kind of break so frequently. I think that kind of wasn't what we thought it was going to be. I kind of think that this isn't what caused everything, but definitely like swapping from the like agent base to sandbox brought up some things that like we hadn't really seen, like the the conveyor dragging, for example. Yeah, and so this happened like in the last couple days, I would say, before there was like another build to really test out. Yeah, I think basically, it really would have helped to have the extra week, like we talked about, of having a build to test, but just with like the dev cycle, yeah, just didn't happen like that. Yeah, I think that the community's been really amazing. They've been helping, and yeah, just yeah, pretty understanding and yeah, just like reporting so much stuff. Yeah, and then just personally, I think that fixing bugs is like a lot of fun. You're just like going from one thing to the next. There's like such a variety of things, and yeah, and like since the cycle to fixing a bug,
You're definitely back in Berlin.
Yes.
yeah, since like the cycle from to fixing a bug is like like an hour or more, they can be very quick. So like you're just like constantly moving. Yeah, and with that, we found a lot of issues, fixed a lot of stuff. And I don't really know if that probably wouldn't have been possible if we weren't doing playtests. Certainly. Yeah, there's also still it's not really sad, but yeah, these are kind of all in the middle. But there's still like a very good stream of bugs. So like, it's like I think that we got a lot of like very extreme ones. I think there's still some crashes out there, but yeah, there's still like quite a few coming in, and this is with just like a small subset of players. Like for a public demo, that's not like a Discord opt-in kind of thing. It might be huge if we don't really get it figured out. Yeah, and with that, yeah, this Discord system, I don't know what's going on with it. I think it's fine, but I think that we need something else. We need like another layer, because like constantly I'm like fixing stuff, and then I go back to look for these issues, and like the search function, it's almost like it doesn't work at all. I don't think it actually searches like the content of the forums, but just the titles. And it's like I just felt like I was constantly losing everything and spending more time like looking for specific threads than else. Yeah, and then this bug reporting feature is really huge. I mean this is like yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it there's really no other way to say it. Yeah, like without it, I mean this would have been a nightmare. I also think that the converters, the changes there are really cool. Yeah, I think it's much better. I think it feels better. Kind of sad. Yeah, it's just not possible with how many game breaking things were coming in that that we really could have worked on anything else. Yeah, like even some small things, like this UI thing that I fixed. It was small, but the problem is like, if somebody can't play the game, or like it's crashing for people all the time, then like it's fairly critical. Yeah. Yeah. Also, kind of sad is like yeah, like leading up to the playtest, like that. Basically, the day before and that day when we were like doing all the Steamwork stuff, yeah, I basically had like a ton of questions. I was kind of working through it. And so I think that could have been a lot smoother as well. Like probably also if we would have had it done a week ahead of time, or however much time ahead of time, then we would have had this all kind of sorted out. But again, it kind of got pushed to like, it was like 6:30. The demo was supposed to be out, or the playtest was supposed to be out at 6, and I was like still fiddling with the back end. And yeah, but that won't happen for next time. Like actually doing this stuff. Next thing is that like putting out the fixes, releasing the patch notes. I think it's all like very fun and pretty exciting. Yeah, and sad. I was thinking that perhaps like having all the debug features and all the content is kind of a mistake. Like we looked at it, and we have like a thing to kind of disable some of the stuff, but we didn't do that because we wanted more of just like a full sandbox where they have like all the features. But I think it ended up being more confusing with like how many buildings are there that maybe don't do anything or like are half implemented. And yeah, so I'm not super sure about this, but this is like something to think about until we have more of like a solid base. Yeah, also has been doing really great. Yeah, he's been fixing like a ton of stuff. It's really, really great. Yeah, having like another person to depend on. Kind of also sad is, unfortunately, we haven't really had the time to ramp him up into like the ECS land. So he's been doing a lot of like UI stuff, which yeah, is not where I'd want to be. But yeah, it's a huge help. Yeah, I think that. Oh yeah, this is that. I think that we're kind of talking about and thinking about implementing better bug fix process, and like not letting these things kind of slip by. And I think that that would be really, really great. I think that that is sort of necessary. And then these other ones, yeah, these kind of stem from this talk we had yesterday about the cosmetics, and basically it's just like that. I kind of get the feeling that like that like we need to iron out some details about certain things. So like the cosmetics is just an example where like we have this thing, we know it's going to go into the game, and we just need to like do this long before we get to like a planning, like a sprint planning, and kind of know like exactly how they will slot into existing systems. Like whether they're core systems, and if they are, if they are core systems, then they need like a lot of thought put into them. And like a follow up here is that sometimes I feel like sauce gets the priority when it comes to complexity, and this is like the big heads is like the big one to me that comes to mind. Where we have like expressions and mouth things that move, and then we're also doing damage on them, and cosmetics and things. Whereas other things don't really get as big of like a push for like deep features and like a lot of features. And I think that really can potentially lead to like a simulation game that doesn't have much depth, because like it'll have a lot of cool features. Sometimes I think about like, like how people make those videos of like Red Dead or GTA, and they have like, wow, Rockstar's doing like such like cool things. You can shoot the tires, you can, do these things, and like those are really cool, and like saucy, but like they shouldn't take precedence over like the actual game, because they'll enhance the feature, but or the like experience, but if the experience isn't like up to snuff, then it's it doesn't really mean much, I guess. You getting that? Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. Where do I start? Let's start with the good things. I survived my first 2 weeks. Yay. So it was hard to get into a project that was already running like 2 years, and also like a complex simulation game where you have all these systems interacting with each other. But yet again, I'm like Tony mentioned, I'm only in UI space right now, which I am quite glad about. I don't like UI necessarily, but I kind of can feel comfy there right now. So it was a good start, and I'm glad that I always felt like I could ask anyone if I had any problems. Like especially Tony and Francisco were always there with a response for me. I am super happy to have the bug reporting feature completed. So that was kind of my goal for the sprint, to have that functional, because it was very crucial to have and proved immensely valuable. Like I'm also amazed, like the rest of the team, by all the bug reports coming in and how players are reacting to a game that is, in my eyes right now, unplayable. Like I'm really worried about the state of the game right now, because I don't have any reference point. I'm gonna put that somewhere here. I came into the team, and seeing this game in this state is kind of okay. What is happening here? What's the plan? And I'm kind of hoping to get more clarity on that once I like just gain more reference points and understand the next steps and how things are handled here. because every team is different in every project. Where's the card for that? Yeah, that's just. I'm a bit sad not to have the overview in the game right now. Like in terms of gameplay and also in terms of the code base. So in many discussions, I can contribute productively yet, but that just takes time. Then I'm amazed at how Tony is handling all those bug reports, because to be honest, I helped a bit, and it's nice to hear that that was also like felt on the other side with other people. But like 90% of those fixes, I feel like came from Tony, and putting out 3 hot fixes in this short time is nothing short of amazing. As well as the art style that I'm seeing, like the new art that is going to get into the game looks really impressive. I'm a bit curious or worried about how the actual gameplay will play out in this type of art style. Again, I don't have any reference points. I hope this was tested in some form, because the art style is going to have a big impact on how you play the game. Yeah, bug reporting is great, but I don't think the pipeline is future-proof yet. Like, we have to have some system that categorizes it in a form where we can build a backlog and prioritize with a good overview to know which bugs are there and when we are going to handle them. Because right now I feel like a lot is going under the table because there are so many pressing bugs right now. And like Tony mentioned, the Discord is not a good place to have an overview of them all. Like it's a very good first instance, but we have to have some system behind that to structure it. And lastly, but not least, I'm a bit sad I couldn't get to know the team yet. Like I'm doing my work here, but it feels a bit generic to not know any of you in person. And I'm also sad to not be able to attend on Thursday. But as with all the other things, I guess it just takes time, and it will fall in place at some point. That's it.
Thank you. Okay, so overall we are stunned by the playtest, obviously, and I think we all agreed that we were pretty lucky how it actually went when it comes to all the preparations which we did, which were almost which wasn't that much time. And for the bug report, one thing, Tony Mirko, the Discord forum. I think we can discuss this just now, how we can maybe improve on this. So one idea maybe would be while when bugs come in, either through the bug reporting tool or manually, what about if you give it a number? It could be something like based on date and time, and therefore it is solvable and it also is unique, mostly unique. Probably, I don't think there will be same bugs per minute or something. And for the search function, which is really bad in this Discord forum, if you use the other search function, which is on top of it, just sharing my screen here, then you can actually change search the content. Hold on, share my screen. So when you're here, so for example, you mentioned this suppression thing, which is I think mentioned here in this one here by you. When you're looking for suppression, it says no matching post. But if you take this down here and search for suppression, then you actually find your comment here, which
Wow.
leads you to the right forum post. And I think in together with a prefix number, which you could also use while coding, for example, or for your uh, commits, etc., then maybe this could be a little bit more searchable and usable. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and I think that would be, you know, a good thing to try. Like personally, I think the best thing would be to have, yeah, basically take the issues and then create a GitHub issue that then links back to all the Discord ones. Because like kind of like what you'll see in like a lot of these bug fixes is like, you know, 6 sticky notes on this place like buildings crashed, where we have linked issues back
mhm.
to Discord, right? And then and then once we actually fix this thing, then you have to go through like every instance, try and find all these things, you know, because we have a lot of duplicates. And yeah, so that's like another problem, you know, is like you've got like in some of them you mark them as duplicates,
Mm.
you know, and unless we're closing down duplicates and just pointing them all to the same place, um then
I even tried to cross-reference them so that when you stumble on a duplicate, it says related to another one.
yeah,
Uh, I think because there is, by now we have like uh, uh, 25 reporters, you know, so they're also working on this,
yeah,
basically on the game. Uh, getting there has to be some moderation, so there will be not a way around not moderating it. There will be always duplicates. Question is how we handle it. I think cross-referencing them is an idea. You know, I mean, I don't want to delete them, the duplicates, because sometimes they have valuable information to track down this bug. Um, obviously. So yeah, I think it's still my job to then mark them as fixed as well when the other one is
yeah,
marked as fixed,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. And I also think that that like unless you know, you guys are looking at them and then making the issues like in the end, this second piece of the pipeline is really just like, um you know, for the developer team to basically do whatever, and then you know, bring it back to the Discord, and it won't really have an influence on you know, any of the Discord facing pipeline. It would basically only be like they come in, and then, you know, we do whatever we need to like make it make sense for us, and you know, nobody else outside like the dev team would really have to interact with this pipeline, unless, like I said, you guys are moderating the bug reports and then also would make issues with GitHub.
Yeah.
But
Just going to show this. For example, like this one here. This is pretty new. So this one, laying fire on a full conveyor belt tank frame rate, is the same one as uh, this one here, fire killing frame rate. Yeah. So what I do is telling in this one here is the wrong that this is a duplicate of, marking it as duplicate. It's also Ruby result duplicate, game breaking, etc. When you click on this one, it also has a referencing related, and so you know these are together, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I think
hmm?
I think if we combine that with the ID, we can like just search
Yeah,
the ID, link that in the issue as well, and then
yeah,
have all the posts in one overview.
yeah, sure. I mean, for example, if this thing comes in through when was that? When it came in? This morning at 9:31.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that was you. Yeah, then probably if we give it an idea like 2407 1709, what 13? That looks like ridiculous long number, but you can read it. And as long as there's no other ID with the same basically maybe put that in the back so that you can still read them in the front here. What do you think?
I'm thinking to have an ID that links all the duplicates together.
An idea which is creating
I mean,
another one.
it's
I
not
don't know.
really an ID then, but
I think this bloats it up actually. I know. Uh, so problem one is we said this is hard to find. You know, having an idea I think can help you. So if you're working on something, making commits, etc., then just having this idea and searching this will eventually lead to nothing. Okay. Why is that? It hasn't indexed it or what? This is so
Okay.
horribly bad.
Try the hashtag.
You think it's the hashtag thing? Kind of, it's a comment canceling it out. I don't know. Can I find it like this? I can find it like this.
Yep.
Can I find it like this? Oh, I can find it. It was a hashtag. Unbelievable.
Maybe you can
Here.
also search for the hashtag if there is a hashtag or something.
Unbelievable. Okay. Well, today I learned. Yeah,
Yeah, so
at
the
least so when you're looking up that number, then you would find it right away, right? So that could be a helpful helper. Same for the search thing. I mean, if you're just looking for some clues, you will find the thing, okay? Even with the content in it. And we can make this automatically. And for all the stuff which comes in manually, like this one here, well, we can moderate this. I can moderate this, right? So this came in 16th, 5:33. We just give it 17, 5. What was it? 33. Yeah. So that would be a number then, which we could look up. Makes sense?
Yeah, I like that part, but how is it proceeding? Like once we have these and link them together by duplicates, how do we?
Well, looking duplicates, I would still do like this. Yeah, I wouldn't delete the other one. I would say, well,
Mhm.
this one is the same thing. You know, I mean, a
Mhm.
human has to look over it anyway. You know, and then just putting a link in it is already helpful. Yeah, and when you are looking for the next bug to fix, yeah, I mean, you can really use this one. You say, okay, give me the reproducible, yeah, game breaking ones, and then you just sadly you can't say not the fixed ones. You know.
Yeah,
Maybe we have to make one not fixed or something, or still in there or something. Yeah.
like open.
Or remove the tags of the fixed ones. Basically, that makes the most sense actually. If you go in here and say, well, not reproducible anymore, you know, something like this, reproducible, game breaking, then they would not show up here when you say, give me only the game breaking reproducible ones. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, this ones here, if they're duplicates, then I would probably do the same thing so that they would not show up. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay.
So the duplicate tag is on all the duplicates, but the original doesn't have it.
The other one says all the tags. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you can go in and say, okay, give me the game breaking reproducible ones. Yeah. Tony, makes sense? Does this make sense?
I mean that piece makes sense. I still think that it doesn't really solve really the problem. You know, like then you have a number of issues, right? There's no like one master issue or anything where like everybody might go to talk about it, I guess. Like you know,
You
versus
have the initial one. No.
yeah. I think that like I was saying, like really, it's like a developer thing. Like personally, I would still much rather, even if there are IDs, have an issue like a one to many issue in GitHub, and then like if you use that ID, you also get like the history of every commit linked to it,
Sure.
and then back again, and
Yeah.
and yeah. Like I said, it doesn't have any like it doesn't require any changes to the Discord change it like the Discord bug reports. It's just like that personally, like that's the workflow I would rather.
Okay, but I mean, having like this possibility to communicate, or first of all, having bug reports by users is super super good, right? Okay.
Yep.
We have to make them somehow available for them to interact with us, because sometimes we have questions regarding it. Like this is one. there's like multiple instances of bugs where it wasn't really clear of like if was it a terraforming was not, then they sent it a crash dump. I could look into it. I saw that some HPA was going in the background, which actually made the game crash. Okay, that's like super valuable. If you would put
Mhm.
that into only like a GitHub bug tracker, the one the issues list, how would we go about having like this interaction with them?
It almost nothing else really needs to change. I mean, it's not like we're interacting with every single person either.
No, of course.
Like even if you see like the HPA stuff, like for the crashes, for example, we didn't go back to five bug report people and
Mhm.
and tell them the same thing. We basically just stopped by and said, oh yeah, this is fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think anything really needs to change there either.
I mean, you could put whatever you have like as a. I mean, if you create a GitHub issue to work on something like this, I mean, you
Yeah.
can put the link what you already did in there too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only us can access it, but I
Mhm.
mean, if it
Mhm.
somehow helps.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And we kind of looked at that and talked about that, and it looks like people that have issues public, because that would really be like the best thing, right? Is to make an issue and then we like publicly let people see it. But I think you need like another repo that's just for public issue, which is not something that we want to do right now. It's totally dumb. So yeah, I don't think anything needs to change.
All right,
Um,
cool.
It's just like, yeah, I think like just from working with it, I think that makes the most sense is to kind of gather all these things and then like even yeah, like if we then go through and link the issue, then if there's like another duplicate, then you or whoever sees it can follow the link to that thing and then just put it right in the description, and then when that gets merged closed, then we go through and just go to all the Discord
Yeah, we
links
have
that
to
are there and then
we have
say,
to
okay,
moderate
this,
it anyway. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. It's also, I mean, this is also what is expected from us, right? In terms of communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just if I got that right, as a developer, I'm going through the list. I'm searching for like reproducible, game breaking, not fixed right now. And
Yeah, you don't have to click fixed or something. It's
Yeah.
the fixed ones. If somebody is fixed, then you remove the other tags.
Yeah.
It's not game breaking, not reproducible anymore.
Yeah, and I've been closing them as well. I don't know if
Oh.
Closing them.
Yeah, which moves them down
Oh, really?
into the close.
I didn't know that there's a close section.
Yeah, if you right click, it allows you to close.
Close post. Interesting.
Yeah, it just pushes it way down.
Let me.
But doesn't delete.
Close
I think you
post.
are in a search right now. That's why it's not showing.
Ah, interesting. I'm a search? No, I'm not a search.
Yeah?
In a filter, you mean?
Yeah, in a filter.
Ah, okay.
Maybe you can also
Close.
look for close posts. I don't know.
No. Maybe we make a tag close instead of using that function here.
Oh, you can do in the. No, you can.
Here. Older posts. Is it that?
Yes, there's older and then
Even after that? No.
well,
What happened to the closed ones?
let me look for.
This one is fixed. Okay. I just copy that link here. Game crashes. If I close this one. Oh, it's closed. I can open it. If I try to write something. It works okay. Maybe somebody else. Maybe closing means somebody can't write anything into it anymore. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
wouldn't use a close function actually.
well, so I think so. What it does is move them down. I think that it's also ones that haven't been interacted after a certain amount of time also go down because I most certainly didn't close all of these.
Yeah. Yeah. Ingars, I mean you're not a dev, you're no moderator. Can you write in a closed forum post?
Let me.
Is that the difference? Maybe. Looking it up.
In the Discord FAQ, it says only moderators can reopen it.
Yeah. And meaning so nobody can talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That means close maybe.
And
Drag
it
this in
basically
there.
just pushes them down the list, like Tony said.
It does? Okay. Well, yeah. I rather just mark them as fixed and then it's all good.
So I just did this as an everyone. Yeah, and I was able to just write it right into it.
No,
And reopened
even though it's close or
Yep. Yeah.
okay.
So viewing it as everyone, I was able to reopen it and just write into it. I'm assuming because the channel, it's probably the channel setting, or like the channel permissions. I bet we allow them to reopen.
Mhm. Wow, there's so many fixed ones here. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so maybe for the first ones, I'm gonna need like a list of what to do as a developer in each step. Like, if I take a bug, what do I do to?
game breaking and reproducible, best case, because then I have looked at it already, and it's something which we can really work on. So it's something which is not completely obscure and wasting your time on it. So like shift clicking auto queue. This is, I think, Tony is working on this already.
No.
No. Okay. Yes. Then okay. Well, this is something which is oops. Which you can start working on right away. Yeah.
And how do I do that? Do I create a GitHub issue and
Oh,
link
okay.
it to the original post?
Yeah. So that's I guess like yeah, what we're talking about right now. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
You could use this number, which we're going to have, and then which is searchable, because like having this link, it opens a new browser window, opens Discord. It's a bit cumbersome. I think searching for that number is easier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other way around, having like a link to GitHub in here is that's also something which you could do. That's faster.
That was what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I have a fix for it, like a pull request, and that gets merged, then I guess the person merging should go to the issue and all the Discord posts and do what?
Yeah. Then basically I think what you should do is when you have the PR, you link your issue, right, and then basically say this closes this. This is what's changed. This is what you need to test. And then once that's merged, we delete the brand, go back to the issue, close the issue, and then go to all the Discord things that are linked there, right? Because we'll have like every single issue that is a duplicate that is related to it. We go to all of those. We say this has been merged. Will be in the next release, and then just go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Mark them all as fixed, and then that's that.
Okay, got it.
Okay, good. So, do we need a break, or can we continue with the sprint planning?
I can continue.
Yeah, I'm fine as.
You're fine as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm amazed how much we actually still got done from the initial sprint, like the spaceport and the bug reporting part, and the playtest. We haven't touched roll gen, but I think this is going to be in this sprint, along with the bugs. So, how does the next 2 weeks look like? This is sprint 56 going from the 17th till the 30th. So I use the right one. Yeah, Tuesday. Who's here? Who's not here?
So
Francisco's not here
next week I'll be on vacation.
for 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Who's doing the burn down Sarge part?
I can do this time.
Okay. mhm. Japan is the same. No, he's actually been back in Taiwan, right?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then, what else for housekeeping? Yeah, definition of done. I think we have like this sticker here for a very long time and never looked at it. So apparent we had some issues in the past. Let's talk about this maybe for a second. So we said the definition of done. So before it can move to this corner here, is all functions have been tested by developers and product owners. We haven't put product owners on the stories, by the way. Whole game tested by devs and POs, part of develop branch, can be compiled and played, ready for review, have been tested by others. PO anybody. It's kind of same thing here. Saving loading still works and it's bug. Mhm. So, anything to add here to this card?
How do you handle POs right now?
Everybody can be a PO. No,
For whatever they choose, or
no. I mean, we say, well, this is a story. Who wants to be PO? And then
okay,
you PO for that story.
okay.
Yeah. Most of the time, like stakeholders become the POs. I don't have a problem for everybody else become PO. But it's just like actually just this thing here, making sure that it's bug free,
Okay.
that it works, etc.
So
That's not.
basically, I'm the PO for the bug reporting, or
No, you were the dev for the bug. Basically, I think I was the PO for the bug reporting, while I was also the stakeholder. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But doesn't have to be that you do the PO for the bug reporting next sprint. You know, if there's anything to change or something.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just filling in that role. It's not an honor or something. It's just a role to fill in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have a ton of bugs which you can just move over, right?
Mm.
Will this work? Awesome. And then for the spaceport trading stuff, I think it makes sense to wait for Francisco to come back with this, right? Spaceport overlapping issues with like this. Any major and sound effects.
Yeah. Basically, everything here is is like just
source, except of this one here.
Yeah.
Okay. What about loading saving?
Loading saving, yeah. So there's like a larger amount of stuff to do with loading and saving. That has to do with trades, like I said, quests, migration, and it'd probably be good to just do it, because it's not going to be that much, and it's going to be like very important to have all this functionality. Like especially now, because like as of right now, once we push this thing where the suppression is fixed, like as of right now, your old saves will still have the issue without fixing this. And I don't really think that we can continuously just say, okay, there's a new change to the loading saving. All your old saves are now gone.
Yeah, we can. At the moment,
Well, yeah, we can, but what I'm saying is for such a basic thing that shouldn't be the case. I think if we change a lot, I have no issue with it. In this case, where it's just changing one component, that shouldn't break every save. Yeah, we need this functionality basically. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's put a pin in it and talk about the next one, world gen.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this can also basically come over exactly as it is.
Exactly. Okay, where
Yeah.
are we at the moment? Diorama Fox files. So
Yeah.
Leon made some, okay.
Yeah, Leon made them. We looked at
Savannah
them.
Vox file hierarchy. Okay, you look
Yeah.
at it and this looks sound, yeah. This Savannah Vox file hierarchy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
and then basically Francisco made the thing so that we can parse out terrain height, and then yeah, I was basically working on the on actually taking the files and parsing them into something that we just pass in and can use. And then yeah, from there we just need to do some more stuff with it.
Right. Okay. And the Vox files, they need some work too. Looking at it, the map here, I know that the grass in J10 and J11 from the Savannah is already upright and can be animated. I think it should not hold us back to make the grass animated in all of them, of course.
No, yeah.
There will be more grass basically because of the bent grass. But it will have to have a artist go through and replace that grass which is in basically in these Vox files which haven't been treated like this. Yeah. Yeah, and so Leon, I think, is going to be done with M08 to M13 this week.
Yeah.
And then he can go back and replace all the grass we had previously with the one which Ingars did. Yeah. Okay, that's from the artist standpoint. Good. So then also J08 we said is going to be the landing zone. Yeah, which is right on the edge map, which isn't a problem, I think. How do we handle? I mean, how do we make the rest of the world look like just an abyss? I don't have a problem if there's basically nothing.
Yeah,
If there's emptiness. Yeah.
Wouldn't it make more sense to have the landing zone right in the middle of the stuff that we already have, so people can branch out in every direction?
Yeah, sure. But there's like this hamlet right away in there, and this would be. You mean here, like KO9 or something?
For example, yeah.
Looks better to me.
Huh?
Looks better to me also.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move it over here. Fine for me. The rest is water, I guess, right? Because if there's nothing, then there's water visible, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Then That means we're going to have upright voxel grass diorama tile. Let's call them world tile from this on, okay? Hmm. I mean, Aaron, it's also something you can do. I mean, we can maybe split it up between you and Leon.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I think he's not really longing for that job,
Yeah, I'm
as
afraid
I
so.
understood. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
okay,
a bit.
good. And then the rest can go over, I guess.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. Hmm. And the spaceport part.
Spaceport thing. The only thing should be this, and yeah, we can even just put it over here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
and then after that, yeah, I think we can just button up spaceport
Okay.
stuff.
Spaceport stuff. Let's move it up down here just to make sure that it is clear that the Vulcan has prior.
Yep.
Yeah. Why Vulcan now? Why is it important to make this happen? So I have investor meeting in the this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I'm on vacation too. Just seeing that. Um, yes, on the 23rd, which is Tuesday. Yeah. Would be nice to be able to show something which looks nice till then. It's in 1 week or less than 1 week. Um, so I can open the laptop and have a nice terrain to look at. Yeah.
Do you want to do a live build or a video?
No. Just showing it, loading a game
Yeah.
and showing it, or starting a game, presumably.
So live.
Mhm.
Yeah, live, absolutely
Yep.
live. Yeah, yeah.
All
What about
right.
loading saving, by the way? Is this somewhere here, like the civilization, this thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this would be rather important. Uh, um, that's why this thing has prior. It's what Tony said. Sometimes it's source for whatever reasons. There are reasons. Okay. Sometimes we have to show for something. Mm.
Well, if you're gonna do live, we have to make sure it's gonna run safe.
Yeah. Well, I survived GDC with 1 hour playtime in one meeting with a even more shoddy build because I knew my way around. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
Okay.
yes, it should stand its test basically. Yeah. Then looking at our product roadmap, where are we here? So purple rectangle is where we are today.
Mhm.
Usually we would work on enemies, enemy settlements, and fixes, but instead we are working on the landscape. Yeah, so this is basically throwing us back because, and also fixes. I mean, basically this was like it was looking like this: fixes,
Yeah.
and now it's landscape and fixes probably. Yeah, and we also have to talk about how much fixes and how much landscape. Okay. Oops. Oh, again. No. Yeah. Yeah. So well, I guess this has to go somewhere here then. It's not
Just
something which we can do all the time, It's just room system. Yeah, at some point it's going to affect a date, which I also want to talk about. So tiny teams is
Right.
yeah
So how it
is
works is, and I have to look into it if they have released the schedule yet. So
hmm
between August 1st and August 8th, they will publicly play our build. So they've received the keys already.
yeah
Um, Same override keys that we send out for the playtest.
right
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, Tony just said it. Like for the playtest, he would have loved to have a build 1 week in advance. That would be July 17th, and at one point we have to make a decision what's going to be in there. Um, and what they're
mm.
going to play, and what they're going to show.
Okay. Uh, so not showing the new landscape, I think would be a bad idea because it should really put the interest of the players into the game.
mhm.
Um, and Tony, what are you doing?
I'm I was just trying to make the background like slightly translucent.
Let me help you here. So this thing, okay?
I
So boom.
I learned my lesson not to do F with the with the real.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah,
stop it.
yeah.
It took me half an hour to fix this.
Mm,
But then again, it pointed out that like these rectangulars
Yeah,
were like
yeah.
6 voxels off or something. That's why nothing kind of uh was fitting,
yeah. There
which
you
I
go.
just made.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, thank you. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So probably the idea what Tony had, like stripping down the demo to something which we know is working. Okay. uh, then also giving them a script what they can do, like what kind of machines they have to build, etc., and connect with each other. Maybe even with screenshots or something, so that they can go through that while they're playing it. Um, and yeah, something like for half an hour for them to survive. Or how long do they play this game? An hour? Half an hour?
Half an hour.
Half an hour? Okay, something like half an hour to survive it and actually make it interesting. And then like a big logo alpha playtest, Going like, okay, well, this is super early stage, okay? Errors and bugs expected. Errors, bugs, crash to desktop expected.
Yeah,
Something like this.
yeah. I mean, just looking at it, the only thing that's going to be there is landscape and fixes.
Mm,
Like any enemies, anything that's here is not going to be in this build. Um,
no, no.
yeah, and even leading up to this, you know, let's say we have a build here, then we should probably be testing this and then maybe doing some fixes on the way.
hmm
Um,
Yeah, yeah. And
yeah,
like I said, I'm trying to find out if there's a schedule so that we know in advance when they're going
yeah,
to play this. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And this trickle down recipes is going to be like a complicated thing. It's going to be a pretty well. I guess depending on how much, like how in depth it needs. Um,
2 things. First thing is it should figure out if you can build something with the materials you have, even if even if there are intermediate products to build. And the second thing is actually putting that together, which is basically the same function, I guess, and then executing on it. Um, even though that the system knows there's stuff which has to be produced before I can produce the other one. And it should be smart enough if you delete something from that queue, everything else should fail. Yeah. Or basically have like a check where it says like, well, some ingredients are missing, therefore I'm stopping doing that item. And then the next one would say the same thing, kind of a chain reaction going like, well, this item will not be produced, therefore I can't exist, and
Mhm.
so on and
Okay,
so
but it won't be like, we put something up and like, let's say it requires wood or something, or copper, and they say, okay, well, I'm gonna go mine some copper,
Mhm.
versus like, okay, there's wood or copper in a stockpile somewhere or on a conveyor,
Yeah.
and so I'll just go pick that up.
Yeah.
Because the first one will be like
Huh.
more complicated than
Hold on, but
than the other
the
one.
good thing, I mean, it's based on whatever we have at the moment, which is the whole stockpile or the
Yeah.
inventory, right? Is
Mhm.
is looking what is in the what is on the conveyor
Yeah,
conveyor
sure.
belts, what is in the machines, and so on. Shouldn't be that hard, I think.
Yeah, and that can be done. Yeah, it's just like ironing out the details basically
Yeah,
in
like these edge
in
cases,
the workbench. Yeah.
yeah, they will be like the ones which will be hard. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think as long as we keep it simple, not overcomplicating it, like listing all these use cases, then it should be easy to implement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which yeah, I'm definitely all for that. Yeah, because like the alternative, even if down the road we want it, is like, something that like you'd see in probably RimWorld or something, where they know they want to do something and then they like plan backward, which is something that you would get with Goat. It is just that like we don't have things set up at the moment, and getting all that set up would be way more time consuming than just saying, is it in our like our global inventory, so
Right.
then
Mm. Yeah.
make
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And talking about enemies, what does this mean? So enemies have to have like something to attack with. Um, they have to have a goal where to run towards. They have some what's it called? Some settlements which we might implement or not, which you can bring down. Where they kind of gather. Then we have like these waves. I think we could also split that up. Maybe just have like one wave or something. Like for the demo, it's like this amount till they come or something. Um, mm,
I Yeah, and I think that like all the spawning stuff, like we can have all those things, like having like the actual kind of logic that runs behind it. The enemy settlements will be kind of different. This is like, I think the more complex of the two, just because we have to like spawn buildings and
we
yeah,
don't have to spawn buildings.
oh well, so what is it then? It's just a place where they spawn from.
Just a place where they hang out, basically.
Oh,
Which is
sure
on
then.
the map. I mean, like these hamlets, villages, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
where you can go and find them, basically. But something you have to be able to do something to them. Like kind of burning down that settlement, and then threat stops, basically, right?
Okay, so the waves kind of have like come from essentially the settlements, and as you kill settlement, you kind of weaken their
Yeah.
their things. Okay.
Yeah, they're that wave. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Well, at the very least, I'm very confident about like the enemies, like the spawning logic of them having like the dawn stuff implemented. This piece of it less so with everything, but enemies for sure will have, and like the gameplay surrounding it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I would like to come back to the playtesting of the game. Actually, that's fine. Because Till mentioned a while ago that he's like worried about the direction, like what's the Orcast gonna do in the demo, and I'm like I played the game yesterday and tried to figure out how it's working, and I have like this. I don't understand the code yet, but I have this gut feeling of there's a lot of stuff to fix for the Yoggcast team, like the tiny teams, to have a good experience with the game. Like stuff we are not aware of yet because we are not actually playing the game.
Mm. What we also could do is maybe make a save file for them, which you can, I mean, instead of throwing them into this landing zone, giving them like this save file, and they can look around, play around with it.
Well, it can be anything from just try to produce copper in the first message or anything.
Yeah,
just a
they could do that.
direction for the first 30 minutes would be fine, but
Mm.
I noticed a lot of inconsistencies in gameplay itself, to a point where it's hard to understand how the game is supposed to work. So
Like what?
like the furnace sometimes grabbing stuff and sometimes not, or the feeder leading to the furnace, and sometimes burning wood, sometimes only picking up copper, and that's the first part of my chain, and if that doesn't work, I can't continue any further.
I have to watch this video. This sounds really confusing.
Yeah. Did you play it on the newest build that went up as well?
No, I played it in the playtest in editor.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah,
And-
because the like yeah, so this like confusing experience with the converters
That sounds like
is
dynamic recipes.
exactly, yeah, and so those are gone completely, and so now, like it'll still pick up fuel, so like it'll pick up wood, for example, although there really is no way, like as of right now, there's not like a tooltip when you mouse over the fuel that says like I will accept wood, coal, or like a what's it called, the solvents. Yeah, so that's kind of like not given to the player as of right now, but it like picking up random stuff that can be used in recipes like will not happen anymore. You have to like actually select it, and so ideally that will make more sense there. But that's only like this one issue.
Yeah,
right?
I could go on, so it's not
Sure. Yeah.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, let me just check your video. Okay. And see what are the learnings out of this. I would say we treat this Tiny Teams Festival as some sort of another project or story here in our sprint. First of all, like figuring out the scope of that demo. As I understand, it's 30 minutes, right? Which we
Yeah, they were
have to.
asking us what we're planning on delivering, and I told them like in a Google form, 30 minutes max.
Okay. So question is it going to be sandbox style or it's like
Or with agents.
free mode or by agents? Yeah, I think we can expand the gameplay if it is by not the sandbox mode, but you
Yeah.
would also not see that much. Yeah, but still, I mean, if we have the world gen to show for, this could be cool. Okay. Okay. So let's say including world gen must. Yeah. Then we have gonna have it anyway, right? Then not free mode. How's it called?
It's just the default. Like basically, it's just going back to the
Recipe
default
mode.
game mode.
Recipe mode, right? Not. Okay. Then we give them a script for what to do, so they are not lost. Cutting down the potential items they can build.
Yeah, and all the selections. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, if we say they're gonna make a copper factory, for example, well, then there's no need for any other assets than a punch press, a cutter,
That
and a
would help a
furnace.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then with that, they can start working on that. Okay, and then from that on we can expand
Mhm.
the demo. Also, I mean, this is actually a great example of or great uh, thing for making a demo which comes after the public demo.
Mhm.
Because I mean, the only thing between the public demo and this one here is there will be no script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll also like just hearing this as well, like it kind of makes me feel like in terms of gameplay, like we've talked about the the progression stuff
Yeah.
and not going with a tech tree, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the benefit of having something like not having everything available to you when you first land is yeah, that like you can kind of dip your toes into a small subset of things, get comfortable, and then slowly add in
Mhm.
gameplay stuff, as opposed to like completely overwhelming with
It is. Yeah.
everything all at once.
Yeah. 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 Let me think about how we could handle this. Lore-wise, it makes no sense to say there's a tech tree because I mean, you've landed on a planet. You're gonna figure out how a cutter works now. I think so.
The most basic thing would be if there's the thing on the if you have a thing on the conveyor belt, all the machines that work that take this thing as an input will be unlocked.
Yeah. Let me think about it. What kind of
Mhm.
ideas there are.
Yeah, because I don't think like lore reason or not, if it makes more like sense, then that we can figure out something.
Yeah.
Gameplay should 1,000,000% trump
Yeah.
anything
Absolutely.
else.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. For example, one thing which we might want to look at is uh, the stuff which you need for red lucrum, red solvent. I think the recipe is too complicated at the moment to generate. So as like the first step, I mean, you should be able to make red solvent early on, and yeah, the recipe is I think a little bit too complicated to get everything running before you can use the spaceport, make trades with that.
Do you have
Uh,
some kind of overview, like how the recipes are connected? Just
yeah,
for me to look at some point?
yeah. Glad you asked. Mouse cursor. It's basically here. So you see here what kind of resources we have. Yeah. And basically this is our money pit. So you have to create these solvents. Yeah.
Mhm.
What I was just saying is that I think the red solvent is a little bit too complicated to make because you need both. You need copper and you need iron, and then you
Mhm.
have to make ingots and plates out of them. So
Mhm.
you have a lot of moving machines before you get your first solvent, and be able to use your lucrum mining drill. Um, yes. So,
I
and
personally think it's okay, at least the red solvent.
you think?
Yeah.
Well, let me have a look
Yeah.
at it again, okay? I mean, we just have to play it like a normal person would do, not with a sandbox mode. Yeah.
Right.
I have reached blue solvent only once so far without using sandbox mode, and uh, yeah, it was really complicated. It was really complicated. It should be complicated, I guess, right? But
Right.
also reaching red solvent was already hard.
I think like
Um,
the main problem is silicone, the ingredient of
yeah,
silicone and quartz,
yeah,
which is needed for making silicone.
yeah. You couldn't find it anywhere, right?
Yeah, at one point I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
also kind of reliant on the workbench, which is I personally like I like the workbench because it's convenient, but from an automation game genre standpoint, I don't like it because it's a shortcut.
You think?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, and the other
gets-
one is like this. Sorry.
Yeah, it gets rid of conveyor belts essentially, and it's just people carrying stuff to the workbench, which is
Yeah,
not
but it's
so
slow.
exciting visually.
Yeah, but it's slow, right? And so you wanna overcome this as soon as possible with automation. Yeah. And this is the resource tree where you basically see
Oh,
all the
nice.
recipes connected together. How they Okay, back to sprint planning for the Tiny Teams Festival. Red solvent balancing. Too hard? Question mark.
There should
What
also
else?
be some form of closure. It could be a spaceship landing.
Right. Good idea.
It's not necessary, but would be a nice touch.
What about a counter? I mean, what about if we say 30 minutes and it just counts down, and then after that we say, "Hey, thank you for playing the demo. Wishlist now," as a call to action. Is that a closure
That's
enough?
actually a great idea. I would
Yeah.
say.
Okay. Wishlist.
This is actually a great idea also from a streaming standpoint because it gives them like a purpose, and it's gonna be like a fun thing for them.
A
Maybe they
race
try it
to how
out.
far they get. Yeah.
Maybe they try it out before they actually stream it.
Okay. And what happens if everything explodes after 30 minutes? Goes down in flames. Actually, I love that idea. Okay, good. Let me just bring this down here, or actually do this here. So we need a script. We need 30-minute countdown. This goes in place of the current playtest, right? I would say so.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually it has to.
Yeah.
Because that's a branch on Steam, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, so when are we we going to end the play test
No.
at some point?
No. They still can use that. Of course, obviously, I think the playtest is going to come to a conclusion as soon as we have public demo, and then we have to figure out how to continue playtest while having a demo up which is working.
Yeah, I mean, they have multiple branches, you know, that we can use, so we can just put it live to like a beta or a play test branch, and then have like a standard one.
Okay. Okay.
So just to be clear, we're talking about red solvent, or are we talking about blue solvent?
Red solvent. Blue solvent.
That should be
Yeah.
manageable within 30 minutes.
I guess so too. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe yes, commencing maybe the first trade, or commencing the first trade. Yeah. The first and only trade. Yeah.
Yeah, but that also requires you to have a trade
spaceport.
port.
A spaceport, yeah. Why not? Is that bad?
No. But I'm just saying that at 30 minutes, you know, the ship can come down, and then
Mm-hmm.
or it won't if they don't build a spaceport
Yeah.
and assign the trade.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah,
give them like a checklist of buildings that you need to have or things you need to process.
You mean like a quest? Yeah, but I mean, this is a script for this is a script here. Okay, this is what we do for tiny teams. What you're talking about is like a tutorial, including the
Yeah, I
progression
mean,
thing.
we have this welcoming message, right?
You have the welcoming message, yeah.
It can be just a simple like a bullet point list of things that you need to produce, and you can reread it anytime. Doesn't have to be implemented in any specific form yet.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, that's then. I guess the script will also be in the game. I think
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Both. Yeah, both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Figure out the scope.
Yeah. Also, the only thing that we're missing for at least building placement quests is just the front end. Everything else is there.
Mm-hmm.
So also, like, to make a tutorial
Yeah.
out of only those quest steps, like okay, now craft this and do that,
Yeah.
because those haven't been implemented. But just placing buildings, that can be done. We just have to make the front end quick.
Sure. Yeah. I would worry about this for the public playtest, public demo.
Mhm.
I'm not going to stop you if you find time, okay? But
At the
WorldGen
weekend,
has like,
10 evening.
but WorldGen has like priority because this falls apart. If we do not have this new map, then we don't have to go to tiny teams, and I don't have to go to investor meeting. No pressure.
Yeah, I mean the World Gen. Where is it? Okay, so you have this meeting on Tuesday.
Here, yeah.
Yeah. So there will probably be like a basic version of it. Like at this point, you'll be able to show stuff,
Yeah.
and then if you want to show like gameplay, you'll probably have to swap pipelines back to the procedural,
Mm-hmm.
potentially. The tiny teams, I think will be different. I mean that's like a while away now.
Yeah. Okay, get it as close as possible to what we have in mind for the WorldGen, of course. Yeah. I don't have to. I don't have to fell trees or something. Okay. I don't have to do a lot of terraforming. But only if the grass would and the trees, that would be nice. Yeah. Something which is stunning, something which wows them, showing it. Look, and then they know. Okay, this is something which we can sell. Yeah.
How do you feel about getting the team to play the game? Like, I heard many people mention it was very valuable to actually play it. No, you were, Chilo. You said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we make like
I forbid everybody to play the game.
just anytime? Okay.
No, just yes. I mean, what about if we find time every time before the stand up? I mean, you played it. You made some bug reports already. Yeah, we should internalize it. And
Okay.
yeah, who wants to be the PO for the Titan Teams playtest? By the way,
I would like to,
you do that.
but
Okay.
I'll be on vacation for a week, so yeah.
Oh, that's bad. Somebody
I
else?
still check in the evening, so yeah, maybe I can do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so I understand, so we're doing landscape, and then it's fixes, and then also preparing our build for tiny.
That's it. Yeah. More. Yeah. And about the fixes, I mean, I think most hardcore crashes we have under control now. What are the ones which keeps you up at night, Tony? Which one?
I don't. Well, ones that we know, I guess, are like the stockpile crashes. You should
Yeah.
definitely make sure that like combat stuff is fine. So like that one that you posted about yesterday, that should be fixed for sure.
Okay.
The damage number, quick. Stock. Yeah, these are like the two big ones that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm sure there are other ones. It looks like people are having issues. Hmm. Yeah, just issues with some stuff. Yeah, I'd also like to fix the agent stuff here. Yeah, especially if we're moving back to not sandbox, then like it's they can't be like just stopping anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so these would
Yes.
be like my priority.
Okay. Yeah. And of course, not forgetting this one here. Yeah. How do we do this? You wanna spend 2 hours a day doing these bug fixes, and then the rest on the world gen?
Yeah, I suppose it can be something close to that.
Okay. 80-20. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so basically, just kind of knowing that yeah, like in terms of our triage, we're like most new issues that are going to come in are like going to be pushed, like way off of our radar, essentially.
Yeah, we know that then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, this is what keeps me up at night. If this is over the hill, then we can first of all rest assured that in whatever tile production we are doing, this works, and there's no surprises, so that we have to go back and change 400 tiles.
Yeah.
And also, this is something which I can show around. And given the current situation which we have, I have to go on a world tour again.
Yeah, and yeah. So I guess given that, yeah, what I would say is while we're working on this, right, doing this 80%, like, yeah, you guys should just keep playing the builds, and try and break them, and then
Yeah.
report back, and then yeah, we
Yeah.
just have to keep trying to tackle the
hardcore bugs. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Good, Mirko. So you can help with Voltron, right? So this is
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
Can I?
Yeah, we'll have to go through it all. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything else, right?
Yeah, then it's time.
Yeah, it's good. Better now than ever.
Yeah, so bug reporting for me is finished. The zipping saves is ready to merge if it's working. And apart from that, there's only the Steam ID that doesn't get integrated right now, which I think isn't important either.
No. Yeah, we made a decision that it's actually we don't need this. People are putting their Discord name in. Fine.
Yeah, and I'll just leave it as it is.
Mm-hmm. Good. Awesome. Anything to add to this sprint?
No, we need to. Yeah, we'll just need a list of all the buildings that should be in here, because we'll have to disable all the buildings, and then also like all the recipes that kind of link to a building that doesn't. Or actually, those might be cleaned up automatically. So
Yeah, we would also need to have a build without free blueprints.
Yeah, that's
to compile that. I'm happy to compile that list and also create a script then.
Yeah, cool. Who's coming here? Coffee, welcome.
And so also in this build, are debug features enabled though?
I would say yes. I mean, otherwise, how you can lay fire on it?
Yeah, they're cool, but they're also causing crashes.
Hmm.
Like
That's fine.
if Tiny Team starts to blowing up stuff or burning down stuff, the game will crash for certain.
For certain.
Yeah, there's no way around it. This will, yeah.
Can we? I mean, what is the? So there's like two things. Burning conveyor belts bring the game to a halt. That's something which I noticed. I think.
Burning in general affects the performance down to a complete halt ultimately.
Yeah, depending, because it is unlimited at the moment. Yeah. Is it hard to implement something where it limits the fire?
No, it
I
was just 2 tiles for me, and it broke down.
yeah it doesn't have to do with how much fire is
Yeah.
there. It's something else.
Well, you put the fire on the conveyor belts. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's but if you burn anything else, you should be fine actually.
Okay.
Let me just check this. It would be bad. I mean, we could give them in the script like build a house out of wood, and burn this down.
Yeah.
I think that should be fine. But the question is, can we limit the amount of fire in the game so that it is bearable for any GPU?
Yeah, because well, yeah, but so because the alternative, right, is that they get the build with the gameplay, and then they play the game standardly
Yeah.
as normal, and
Yeah.
then they say, okay, well that was fun, and then they're
Burn it
done.
down. Yeah, and they can burn it down. Remember, we
Yeah.
did this with every stream where we ended it with some fire.
Yeah, but it's
Actually,
I mean,
the grass burning is actually a
if
problem.
we're like aiming for like a gameplay experience, I mean this makes no sense, and this is not something that you will ultimately be doing in the game. So somebody else will set your factory on fire, like namely Itak.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so
Do you have like?
my personal opinion is to just leave it out.
I'm
Also,
completely on board with leaving all debug features out, but do you have any exploding barrels or anything we can place?
No, but you can make them explode like that. It's so cool. I mean, it's one of the cool features, and it's one of the pillars of the game. Why not show it?
it is, but it's also crashing the game ultimately.
Yes, that's why I'm asking. How can we mitigate
Yeah.
this? I mean, if we limit the amount of fire, I mean, this is already too much. Yeah, for most GPUs, I think. Um, Tony, can we limit the amount of fire so that the fire is actually checking on the while it's propagating? Is this
I'm so yes, but like that's just one problem with the thing, like like you were just talking about, like the conveyor belt thing.
yeah? Well,
We'll that's like a completely separate issue that has nothing to do with how much fire or
mhm,
anything, and sometimes just in general, um, it slows down. Um,
yeah. It's well, this fire thing on the conveyor belt. This is reproducible. Oh, what is going on? You see this? Did it? I might be just got ejected. Okay.
no, I think what happened is you did damage to it, and I bet on your conveyor belt is like one voxel that's moving around, or like some small voxel, right? Because you did damage to this, right?
No,
Oh no.
I just made a T crossing.
Hmm.
Okay. It's not. It's not a. It says it's wood, but doesn't recognize it as something. Well, anyway,
Yeah, it's
so let's put fire on this thing here. Should actually come to a halt then. Oh, this is also.
I think that wood got ejected. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know why the agents aren't doing it.
I don't know either.
Yeah, very strange. Because that's definitely why it's not slowing down, because they're not doing it. Because I'm pretty sure it has to be the agent.
Yeah. Still okay, by the way, here with the conveyor belts on fire. I don't know.
Might you explode one part?
What do you think?
Okay.
Oh. I would limit the fire, keep the fire in it. We would be fine. It's such a cool part of the game.
Well, I'm okay with it if we just limit the debug functions to just fire and explode, because all of the other I don't understand, and I feel like they would
Yeah.
all only break stuff.
Yeah. Oops.
The
How do I get
explosion, the explosion's like the one that that most likely will cause issue.
How do I get
Out
the?
of-
Oh, okay, never mind.
So maybe then only the fire option in some form or shape, if we can get it limited and fixed.
And the explosion one, of course. Electric
He didn't
damage.
listen.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty stable, by the way.
Can
Yeah,
you
still
try to
45
zoom?
frames. Even everything is ablaze here.
I think I think what happened is something went wrong when you lit the floors on fire. I bet these agents are kind of got stuck somehow.
They're not extinguishing.
Yeah. So that's why I think that they're in this state, which is what I was talking about. And so because of that, they're not trying to like path anywhere.
Oh.
They're not trying to do anything.
Something they're doing now. Hold on.
Yeah, it's because I think by interacting with them, moving them, you're kind of like resetting them a little bit.
Okay. What's going on in Spandau? So I mean. Okay. 27 frames. Yeah, the frame rate tanks a lot here.
Yeah, and and even we have a problem with like the amount of smoke. Where like they're like we can't even spawn enough particles to cover that much space.
Yeah, I closed it. So maybe so limiting debug function. Can you move your mouse? I can't see what I'm writing. Okay.
Just double checking how would this play out on stream. So I would tell them in a script, once you have finished building, you can use the debug menu to blow up stuff.
What?
Is that
Yeah,
what
sure.
is that how we would because
What if we just blow it up after the ship leaves? Like, you've been traded. You've been like
right.
tricked.
Yeah. Or that we could also have it unlocked on a countdown, or have something that you like press something to kind of like enable it ahead of time.
Oh, interesting. You get a function to do that when you reach the end of the game. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can give the debug function. I mean, from the start.
Because what I get from social media interaction is like all the time is kind of opposition to the thought of blowing up your own factory. That is something that
Yes.
that is
Okay.
something that people don't like to do, because you just build this up. This is they don't want that.
Yeah, and like this is purely just for like the spectacle of like showing off the engine.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
I get the point though.
Mm-hmm.
If I see the feature, I have this feeling of, do I really want to sink 1,000 hours into this game if everything burns down at the end?
Well, there will be features like where you can, destroyed infrastructure. You have back as like these ghost blueprints, and then just say rebuild it again, and then it gets rebuilt, or you scrap that and do it again. Yeah, but it's a vital pillar of the game. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there will be player who are pacifists and will never want to have enemies in the game, and maybe we make an option for them, like there's in Factorio, like there's I think even in RimWorld where you tone down the AI um, to a point where it's actually not bothering you anymore, and in Factorio you can actually uh, switch off enemies completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just build. Yeah, but we want to show the voxel engine. Yeah, I think it's important.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just talking about the way how we apply destruction.
We write them in the script. There's an option for that. Just that.
Yeah, but we also discussed like external attacks,
Yeah,
so
we don't have time
that
for that.
you're not in a position to blow up
Yeah,
your own factory, because
yeah, sure.
I'm repeating myself. This is something that we get here like constantly.
I know.
This is
Okay,
this
we don't
this
have time for that. End of
Yeah.
discussion. We don't have
Yeah.
time for implementing something like this. Okay, we have 1 week at best to make all these changes to the current version of the Steam build.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for tiny teams, yeah, I totally agree. You know, potentially for public demo is where you might start seeing enemies. Yeah, yeah, but for now, yeah, I mean, yeah, so do you know the size of this tiny teams? Stream, like how many people view it? What the I don't know.
um it's going to be live stream and then will be posted on YouTube.
Mhm.
I'm suspecting it will be low tens of thousands.
Okay.
Okay.
Could be even more, could be even 100K. I don't know.
Still, could be impact on the wish list
That's why I'm
Definitely.
saying. That's why I'm saying
if it's
this.
done right.
And if all the social media posts that we've done is any indication, there will be comments. This is stupid. I don't want to blow up my own factory.
What do you?
I'm just saying this.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Okay, we get it. Okay, you said it 5 times, but what is the alternative? It is
The
a vital
alternative is
pillar
that
of the game.
there's what we also discussed here is that
Yeah.
there's some form of countdown, and then there's an external thing or threat blowing up your factory.
We don't have time for that.
Okay.
How does the debug function work? Like, can we just place a file on a pre-coded position or something?
Yeah, I mean, sure. You know that's what the ships kind of do is like deal damage. Yeah, yeah, I guess that I hear that like you feel it's like a pretty big issue.
No, it's a
I
potential big issue. It's people watching the game in action for the first time,
mhm.
and I mean, we still could. I could actually tell him, okay, once you're done, there's a debug function, and then the guy on the stream would say, okay, I also
Yeah, that's
got the advice that you can blow up the stuff. This is not how it's going to be in the ultimate game. There will be enemies that will attack you and blow up your factory if you have not prepared well and set up
yeah.
defenses. But for now, I can blow up my own factory with this debug thing, and let's have a look how it looks just to show off the thing. That's
Yeah,
you know
yeah. Yeah, kind of like look at what combat might look like. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Or like what this engine can do. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else to this sprint?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Okay. Good. Then, yes. I think that concludes it.
Mhm.
We have a couple of. I wouldn't put put the bugs also in the burn chart. By the way, I did the tier 2, so the sprint obviously grew in the last sprint. And whoops, is that the same one? Or did you copy it over?
Was there already one?
There was
There's
already
nothing
one.
there for me.
You didn't see it?
No, it's
It's an
there's
empty
just
one
a
there.
white background. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to reload then you see it. And yeah, so then I would say let's get to work and get the world gen in and get ready for the Tiny Heap Festival.
I have one more thing, just before
Sure.
you all rush off. Please let me know up here what's your preferred unit. So these are the stuff that's going to run down the conveyor belt,
Okay.
depending on how much money we've gained.
None of them.
Yeah, please leave then some ideas. I'm also a bit out of ideas. I'm not too happy with the.
Okay.
Yeah, I've tried this. It looks like like some sort of money back because it's that small of a scale.
This. Or coins. What about coins? Voxel coins.
Personally, it doesn't really work as a voxel object.
Why not?
Oh, I got some here.
Of course, a Bitcoin. God.
Like then there's this big palette. There's this
Point stack. There's a
so that would need me to do it in double the size. Well, I could do that, but
voxel
I
wise.
think
Oh, so
yeah.
you get the okay. What about something like this here, like in different sizes?
Right, then I will try that.
Oh, where did you come up with it? Oh, interesting.
That should be less voxels.
How? Yeah, I like the coin stack maybe. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, I will try that.
Oh, we have some comments in the chat. Did you see that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Any thoughts as to what kind of enemies? Yes, we have a very much good idea of what kind of enemies. So our enemies are the Itak, which is the native people living on this planet, and they're living in hamlets like this one here, and they are basically friendly unless you start turning over the ground um, and turning their world into a wasteland. And they are where do we have them? Oh, inspiration here. So they worship lucrum, which is like the ore which we are mining, and they basically look like this. So they are very blue with some red stripes on it, and they have like medieval weapons, but at some point they will get human weapons while trading with the pirates. So they understand that they have to up their game, and suddenly they have like real weapons, etc., and so on, and become a real threat. At the beginning, they're just a nuisance, and after that, after some point where it's clear that they are um, uh, that you are not going away, they will try to make you go away. Good. Any more questions? Awesome. Alrighty, then let's get to work. And if anything arises, reach out on Discord. Everybody else, thanks for watching us today. And was an important sprint which we had, and this is another one important sprint. And yeah, thanks for sharing us this journey with us.
All right.
Till then,
Thank
bye.
you guys.
thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.